Hey guys, how you doing? So I am back with an update for Richard. I've had him for about 2 months now, and the last video you saw me was the first day that I got him. So you guys got to see that a little sneak peek of our first moments in our relationship. He is doing so well, and I'm going to send you guys to a clip right now of right after I ended the last video. Putting him in his enclosure for the first time, watching him explore, giving you another little video just describing his, attitude and actions in his first couple minutes in his enclosure. And that's a pretty cool moment because now I have him, he's used to it, but this was him really just exploring around, being funny. I have some footage of him, falling in his water dish and just being stupid. So I will put that in, and then a little bit later I will be giving you an update on Richard. You guys get to see him, and yeah, so stay tuned, and here we go. Also, if you guys stay to the end of the video, I have a very exciting announcement that I would love if you guys could comment below at the end of the video with your guesses for it. It has to do with my next video and some exciting news. Hey guys, so right now I just put Richard in his new enclosure. He is exploring like crazy, which I didn't think he would do because I held him for about 10 minutes when I got him out of the bag of the shipping box, and he seemed super shy. He didn't unball whatsoever. He poked his little nose out a tiny bit, sniffed a little, then went right back into his ball. So I thought when I put him in his enclosure, it was going to be a little bit until he was comfortable enough to explore. But as soon as I set him in his enclosure, I mean, I kid you not, like 5 seconds it took, and he's just all over it, exploring, smelling everything, getting in every little nook and cranny. It's really cool to watch. So he's already getting comfortable in his new house. I am going to be leaving him alone for about a week, which is going to be really hard because I love him so much. I want to handle him, but I want him to get adjusted to his space and feel safe before I work on handling him. Obviously, I will be watching him from afar, but yeah, so in about a week, maybe about 5 days, I will try feeding him, and then once I give him a little bit to digest, a couple days later I will start with my handling with him. He just did something super hilarious. He was exploring his cage, and I have this like ivy, like just like stuff you can get at the pet store, background stuff, right above his water dish, and he was exploring, and he went right up onto the ivy and fell off, and his whole entire head in front of his body just plunged into his water dish, and it was just so dorky and hilarious. So he already has so much personality, just for the first minute or two that he's been in there. I actually have a clip of that, so I will insert that clip right now. You can get a laugh too. So yeah, I'm here to finally give you an update on Richard. It's been a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but he has been doing so good. As you can see, he is not as shy as he was when I first got him. That first video you saw of him was just when I first unboxed him, and he was just in a ball the whole time. You guys saw when he first went in his enclosure and was exploring around, but yeah, he has become a lot more calm when handling, and he is just so cool. I love him so much. He really has settled in to his home, and I'm just having so much fun with him. Yeah, so I'll tell you a little bit about how he's been. So the first week that I got him, I let him be. I would go in there and check on him, spray down his enclosure, things like that, but I did not handle him at all after I took him out for the unboxing video. So he was in his enclosure, I think it was actually about 5 days. And on the 5th day, I offered him a frozen thawed mouse, small mouse, and he came up and sniffed it, but acted like he wasn't too interested. So I just left it in his enclosure. And I came back in an hour and it was gone. At first, I was like, okay, I don't know if he ate it. He could have just dragged it somewhere. So I gave him a couple days to digest. Then I checked out the situation, didn't smell anything, sifted through the whole enclosure, and the mouse was gone. So he had eaten it. So that was so exciting because this is my second ball python that I've ever owned. My first one was a couple years ago, and like I said in the first video, I couldn't get him to switch to frozen thawed. Now I knew this one was already on frozen thawed, but they can be picky eaters, so it's just such a relief that he ate. And then he also ate for me again the second week. He did the same thing where he didn't want to eat in front of me. I left it there, it was gone, he ate it. Yeah, so then, he just distracts me because he's so cool. The third week, the day before I was going to feed him, I noticed that his eye caps were cloudy, which is a sign that he's going to be shedding. So I decided to hold off for a minute. 2 days later, he did shed. And then a few days after that, I did try to offer him another mouse, but he did not want it. He didn't eat it at all. So I wasn't too concerned because I was like, you know what? He's shedding. Just give him some time. Okay, sorry guys. I just had to take a brief pause because I am filming on my porch and a family with children just walked by the window, and I'm holding up a snake talking to myself, and I'm just not that confident YouTuber yet that can just hold their own and talk to a camera with no shame. So, oh, you got nervous. Yeah, so he shed, and then he didn't want his meal, and then I noticed that he hadn't pooped as well, and he refused his meal for the next couple weeks. So a few days ago, I noticed that he had a bulge near his, like the back of his tail, and that is an indication of constipation or impaction. So, you're right, Ben. I think I made the mistake, I'm still learning as a ball python owner, of when I put in his frozen thawed mice and he did not eat them immediately, I set them in the substrate, and they weren't wet or anything, but there was still some substrate that got on them. So my guess is that there was some substrate in there and it just kind of clogged him up a bit, so he hadn't pooped. So the reason he was refusing food was because he had not pooped and he couldn't fit any more in there. So a few days ago, I soaked him in warm water, and that loosened things up enough that the next day there was a big poop in his cage. So he is, and the bulge is gone, and he's been a lot more active and back to normal. So right now there is a frozen thawed rat pup in the fridge right now, thawing, and I will be feeding him, trying to feed him tonight. So I am not worried at all that he hasn't eaten in a couple weeks, just because he is doing so well and I'm right on top of things, and I think I figured it out. And ball pythons are just finicky. So I'm just super excited that he has eaten for me. I know that he will eat the frozen thawed, and all of his habitat and everything is completely where it should be. Humidity levels, temperature levels, I am watching that like a hawk. Yeah, so he is doing super, super great. Yes, you are. So yeah, everybody, here is the update on him. Let me know if you have any questions about him in the comments, and I will definitely be just doing more videos with him. Richard is going to be my YouTube star because he's just so gorgeous. If you haven't watched my first video, go check it out for sure. It's me unboxing him. It was such a cool moment because I had been wanting him for so long. And he is a banana ball python, and he was about, I think I looked back on it, he was like 9 months when I got him. So he is about probably close to 11 months right now. So yeah, he's got a lot of growing to do. His patterns are going to be evolving and becoming even more beautiful. I'm just so happy that he has so much more relaxed with handling now. I've definitely given him his time and didn't want to overstress him and make him fearful of handling, because if you handle them too soon after you get them and just don't leave them alone and bother them, and when they're not comfortable, you can really freak them out and they can become, you know, fearful and defensive when you try to handle them because they aren't comfortable and you're putting them in a situation that they don't understand. So So yeah, here's a little up close of him. So yeah, let me know if you have any more questions about him. I will definitely if I get enough questions, I can make another video answering your guys' questions. I have a very exciting next video for you guys. I got another pet, and I want you all to comment in the comments what you think I got. Whoever gets it right the first will get a shout out in my next video, and my next video will be going to pick up that animal. I have her right now. It is a girl. I'll give you that little hint. Not that it's a hint. Yeah, and her name is Susan. So this is Richard, and I have Susan. I will give you one more hint. It is not a snake. It is a reptile. So that'll be really exciting. Stay tuned for the next edition. And I just wanted to say really quick, thank you so much for watching these videos. I know this is only my second video. I only did one video, and I really would love to keep creating content and share, you know, my passion for animals with all of you. I was so happy with the response that I got, all of the comments that you guys are sending me. Super excited about reptiles, just like I am. It was just so cool to have this community, because honestly, most people in my life are scared of snakes or just don't get it. So thank you so much for letting me be a part of this community. Thank you so much for all of the comments, and I was so amazed that so many of you already subscribed to my channel off of one video. Thank you so much for supporting me and seeing the potential for my channel and growth. I definitely see all of you OG subscribers, so hopefully you'll be with me through a long journey of this YouTube channel, and I'm glad you got in so soon. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, and stay tuned for my new pet.